Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chat Show Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Everett. Tyler Hill, I want to thank you so much for being my co-host here today on the program. Now, usually on these podcast programs, I tell a crazy story about my old pal Scoop and his grandmother. I don't have one of those stories today for you all, but I do still have a crazy, unbelievable, intense, funny story for everyone out there listening today. It's not the one about Scoop and his grandmother, but this one is still pretty entertaining, I thought. It's about when I went to the restaurant Roadhouse and encountered an old woman. But this just wasn't any ordinary old woman. You're about to find out what type of old woman this was. This old woman had to be the pickiest, most high maintenance, most neediest, most annoying, pestiest old woman in the world. I'm surprised she wasn't in the Guinness Book of World Records. It may sound mean and rude when I say that, but after you hear this story, I bet you'll agree with me. Let's start from the beginning. I was in the restaurant sitting behind this woman in a booth with my family. The woman was all by herself in a booth directly next to us. And she begins to order her food.
Texas, I met probably the world's pickiest eater. She was an old woman, probably in her 70s. This woman could have set the world record for pickiest eater, neediest person, and most high maintenance. I'm serious. I should have called Guinness, and they could have freaking had her in the Book of World Records. She could have made history. So anyway, she was at the restaurant with her kids, and I was sitting behind her. I unfortunately had to witness all of this, and I remember it all because it was so shocking. I'll never forget any of it. Alright, so she's at the restaurant with her kids, and at this restaurant, Roadhouse, you get rolls and cinnamon butter. That's what they're famous for. And their cinnamon butter is delicious. I love it. So the waitress asked, okay, would you guys like to start out with some rolls and cinnamon butter for the table? This woman also was so loud, everyone could hear her. She was like, ew, no! I don't want no cinnamon butter. That's nasty. I don't even know why y'all serve that cinnamon butter. That stuff is so disgusting. And her kids were like, but Grandma, we like the cinnamon butter. Baby, I make cinnamon butter at home for you. Easy and free. You want to know how? Get some butter, pour some cinnamon in it. Same thing. We don't need that here. That's nasty. Grandson was under his thing. What, baby? Nothing. Oh, man, I don't blame him because I love that cinnamon butter. If it was me, I would have said, no, back up. I don't want it. None of this, no, I don't want it at all for the table. No, none of that. I'm here with you. I'm eating it. You can order you regular butter. I don't know what this crap is about. No, none at all. Not for the table. No, I want some for the table. That's what I would have said. All right, so then, after that, she begins ordering. The waitress took the kids' orders first. That was easy. They all wanted just like, I want the steak with the potato green beans. I want the chicken with rice and a roll. Easy stuff. Then came the grandma. Oh my gosh, here's what I mean by world's pickiest eater. She goes, first, I want a glass of beer, but I want the beer before the... If you're in your 70s, you don't need a beer. So anyway, the waitress leaves, brings back the beer. Lady, ma'am, hollering at the waitress, this glass is too big. I want a little glass of beer. Waitress leaves, comes back, and then brings, the little glass. Then she says, okay, now I'm going to order the food. First, I want a steak with no mushrooms and extra onions. I want it warm and pink on one side, cold and pink on the other.
Oh my God.
And well done in the middle. I was like, damn, that's like an American flag steak. You red, white, blue. Did 3 different colors. So she says, next, I want mashed potatoes with no gravy. Oh, yeah. And I don't want any cheese on the hamburger steak, because a hamburger steak is usually cheese, mushrooms, onions. And she said, also, I want some green beans, no bacon bits, because their green beans come with bacon bits, which give it a good flavor. So, again, this woman. I also want a chicken breast and a thigh on the side. I would also like a salad with no eggs, extra cheese, and 3 dipping cups of dressing on the side. Ranch, French, and vinaigrette. So...
God.
The waitress, who I am praying for and feeling terribly sorry for, is trying to get all this correct. And, after 10 minutes, she finally gets it all right. It took her 10 minutes just to get the order down, which I don't blame her because this woman ordered the whole menu. All right. So then she complains the music's too loud. This music's too loud. Ma'am, come back to the table, please. Music's too loud, ma'am. Everyone's staring at her, making a scene. So, later on, the waitress brings the lady the salad. Sets it down, leaves. Ma'am, you forgot my 3 dressing cups. Oh my God. And her kids are just faces buried in their laps, red. I don't blame them at all. I was embarrassed for the kids. All right. Waitress comes back with the 3 dressing cups. Ma'am, I don't like these little croutons. Remake the salad without them. And she said, can I just take them out? I don't want your nasty hands in my salad. All right. Waitress takes it, comes back. Ma'am, and this time she brings the food. Ma'am, this steak is too undercooked. Redo it. Oh my gosh. Waitress takes it back, comes back. The lady, ma'am, this is too well done. I can't chew this.
Oh my God.
Waitress takes it, brings it back up again. Ma'am, I need you just to cut this up into little pieces so I can chew it. The waitress, with this pissed off look, which I don't blame her, pulls out a knife, starts cutting the steak. Then the woman said, feed it to me. And she was like, huh? I'm just kidding. She was like, oh. The waitress's face, huh? She got so freaked out. Oh my gosh. So anyway, after that, the woman, Roadhouse also has the free peanuts. And then, ma'am, come here. The woman looking like she has been beaten, just, frustrated, and I don't blame her. What is it now, ma'am? It's fake. It's she says it in a fake voice. Try to hide her anger. What is it now, ma'am? Can you crack these peanuts for me? I got arthritis. I can't do it with my hands. Fine. She starts cracking them. Hey! What? Don't crack them over me, because then that peanut dust is going to get in my chest and choke me. Do it over there at the next table. Brings it back. Thank you. Then, finally, she finishes eating. Ma'am, I want some dessert. I want 2 apple pies. One of them on a plate, one of them in a to-go box, one of them with ice cream, one of them without ice cream. All right, brings it out. Ma'am, this apple pie was supposed to have no ice cream. So, I'm thinking in my head, this is what I want to say. Okay, Granny, that's it. I've been sitting behind you listening to your picky butt order a million things. You are the pickiest eater I have ever seen. You could set a new record for pickiest eater. Just eat the damn food. Eat it the way it comes. Stop ordering a million things. You want a million food items? Go to the grocery store. I'm surprised the waitress and cook haven't suffered a nervous breakdown because of you. Sit down, shut up, and eat your food the way it comes. That's what I wanted to say. I didn't say that because you don't know about this old lady. She could be like a freaking ninja or CIA agent, have a gun on her, you talk back to her, bam. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was that part about Roadhouse. It was something. Like I said, this woman seriously could have set a new record for pickiest eater. And people say, I'm surprised you remember it. It was so shocking and horrifying, I'll never forget.
Well, that story may sound made up and fake, but it is definitely true. Hey, before we go, I want to read a quick word from our sponsors at Shipley Donuts. Shipley Donuts, delicious hot, piping hot donuts. Kolaches, coffee, you name it. Delicious deep-fried donuts. It'll really clog your colon and get your arteries a-pumping. No, I'm just joking. It's a really delicious donut place. They're a proud sponsor here on the podcast. If you haven't tried a donut from Shipley's, you haven't lived, so go try it. It's deep-fried dough with icing. What's not to love? Come on. If you don't know where it is, Google it. I want to thank you all. That's it, by the way, for the Chat Show podcast today. I'm your host, Justin Everett.